When I was married to my older daughter's dad, he would leave every morning really, really early for work. He would leave around like 5:30 by the latest to go to work. And at the time, we had two really little, I had a baby and then I had a toddler. And I also at the time struggled really bad with insomnia, horrible insomnia. When I think back on it now, I want to cry for myself. It was so brutal. I remember sitting on the edge of the bed, staring out the window, just praying for the sun to come up. I remember it got to the point where I stopped checking the time because it would be so frustrating for me to count the hours left until it would be day. And the only good sleep that I was ever really able to get were between the hours of like 4 and 7. That was like my best sleep time. So I would wait till then, and then I would finally be able to fall asleep. And I've shared this before, but my ex hated me. And so every morning when he would leave, head out the door about 5 a.m., we had these huge, big, heavy wooden double doors. And he would slam the doors shut when he would leave. Slam them as hard as he possibly could. And would wake the baby up. And so I would have to get up, and the baby would cry, and I would cry. And it was this really vicious cycle. And it was like the more I asked him to shut the door quietly, the louder it got. And I didn't know this till many years later that that's a form of abuse. He was denying me sleep because he hated me. And, you know, we just got into summer here. And so I'm finally able to sleep in a little bit. Throughout the school year, I get up before my now husband because I've got to get the kids up, get him ready for school. I make his coffee. I sometimes make him breakfast. I have to go to work earlier than he does. So usually he is sometimes the last one in bed. But now it's summer. So if I'm not working, I get to sleep in. And so this was kind of the first morning since school has been out that I've been able to sleep in. For the past couple of days, I had to get up really early for work. So anyways, my husband gets up this morning. He is making so much noise. And he is being so loud that it almost feels intentional to me. It's almost like he is throwing a fit that he's got to get up and get ready while everyone else is asleep. Even though it's been the other way around this entire year, right? He is opening and slamming his chest of drawers over and over again. Opening and slamming the bedroom door. He's coughing, he's snorting, he's farting, the whole 9 yards, right? And I'm thinking to myself, this is cruel. When I get up in the morning and I've got to go to work super early, I am quiet as a mouse. You would not even know that I am moving throughout the house, getting dressed, doing my makeup, doing my hair, making my breakfast, getting my coffee. You would never know. That is how quiet I am. This man sounds like there's a fucking herd of buffalo going through my house. So he makes all of this noise, knowing damn well that I was excited to sleep in. Libby is sleeping. She's right next to me. So he comes to say goodbye, right? And I kind of brush him off a little bit because I'm frustrated with him. And I say, yeah, okay, love you, goodbye. And he did not like that. So what does he do on his way out the front door? Slams it as hard as he can. Makes the front window like shudder. Well, that was a little triggering for me. So I texted him. I said, since it's summer, I guess we have to have this talk again because we've had this talk every summer for years now, which is hey, I can finally sleep in, and maybe you don't like that. Maybe subconsciously you're upset that I get to sleep in now. But you know how I'm always really quiet in the morning so that you can continue to sleep? Well, I would really appreciate that in return. Actually, I expect it. Yeah, I do. I expect that consideration in return. And you can't try to convince me that you're incapable of being quiet. You are a grown-up. And I said, I don't know if you're subconsciously upset that you have to get up before everyone else now, or if you're just not thinking about us, or if you don't care. But I'm going to need you to tell me which one it is. Because once again, we've had this conversation many, many times. And you know, I come across things about this on TikTok, on Instagram, you know, where women are like, me getting ready in the morning, and they're being all quiet and they're trying not to, you know, do anything and try not to make any noise. And then it's like my husband getting ready and leaving in the morning, and he's just sounds like a freaking water buffalo, which means that a lot of us deal with it and they like try to make it so that it's funny. But is it funny? Is it funny? I guess it's one of those things where it's like, I have to laugh so I don't cry. But what is it with men not having the consideration to be quiet so that their wives can sleep? Their wives, who probably take care of their children and take care of the house. Why? That's the big question right there. And I understand, like, most men, my husband anyways, can sleep through anything. Even if I did make a ton of noise, it probably wouldn't affect him. He would probably just be able to sleep right through it, you know? So he's probably just, no, he knows. He knows that I have a hard time sleeping, and he knows that once I wake up, it's hard for me to go back to sleep. So that's not even an excuse. It's just, where is the consideration for us?